Hi, my name is Megan Morris and I'm an alumni of Bowman, and I'm the co-founder of Prescribe Nutrition. And Prescribe Nutrition is an online nutrition company, and we run interactive programs that help people uncover what diet works best for them. But at the core of it, we help people feel better. And before Prescribe Nutrition and before Bowman, I had just kind of a tough relationship with food through my teenage years. You know, as a woman, you hit those 13, 14, 15-year-old years and everything changes. And that emotional relationship that was really tough with food kind of morphed over into some physiological problems. I think it was probably related, but in my late teens and early 20s, I just had chronic health issues, predominantly digestive issues. And I kept searching in the medical community for answers and in the medical world for answers, and I wasn't getting any answers, and especially none that were correlated to food. And I knew in my gut that food was the issue. And unfortunately, typical diets and conventional diets up until that point weren't helping me. So I decided to take the plunge and go back to school for nutrition. And in all transparency, it was not to go back to school for a career, it was to go to school to heal myself. And so I made the decision to enroll in Bowman. It was an incredibly empowering decision in my life, and I became so enthralled with the content and what we were studying that it organically turned into and blossomed into a career. But while I was at Bowman, I attended live in Berkeley. I did the night program, and I also worked full-time while I did it. So it was absolutely a huge commitment on my part, but it was doable. And I think you find a way when you're really passionate about something. When I was searching for schools to attend, I was having a tough time making the decision because as anybody in that process understands, there's a lot of different routes you could go, degrees you could get, and certain things will benefit you in certain ways. At the time, because it was a while ago, most of the schools I was looking at were much more in line with the USDA and at the time the food pyramid, which unfortunately had just not worked for me. And I was looking for a holistic approach, but I was also looking for a clinical education because I was very fascinated in that clinical world of nutrition. And so Bowman, I did the NC program, which at that time was a 2-part program. And that second part that really started to dive into the clinical world was eye-opening, at times overwhelming. You start to self-diagnose yourself with everything when you're in Bowman. And, but it's great, it's exploratory. And something I will never forget is just being completely astounded and amazed by the amount of knowledge that the teachers at Bowman have. They have truly combined their passion into their career, and they are libraries of information. They can take what is an incredibly overwhelming topic and break it down for you into digestible pieces. And also, they help guide you along the way, and that you don't have to be an expert in everything. You have to be passionate about food and about helping people feel better and, you know, being an advocate for yourself and for others. During my time at Bowman, I really set my sights on the world of digestion, which is obviously hugely, it's connected to everything, as we know. But I think that was one of the best decisions I ever made. And I do feel that the teachers helped guide me in that you should really choose a niche because it will help form your career better. And that was absolutely true for me. I built a website while I was in Bowman on, you know, a Squarespace website. I'm no web designer. And it became this resource for me to remember everything I had learned, and then that organically became the place where people found me for my private practice that I really just kicked off right after I wrapped up Bowman. And that was the beginning of my actual career, my nutrition career. By word of mouth, people began to find me because, as it turns out, a lot of people have digestive issues, and they really need support on that. And so people would hear, oh, I have a friend who knows all about IBS or Crohn's, and she can help you with the dietary piece. And so I think that really got started word of mouth, and then, you know, Yelp became something. And so I was seeing people on a one-on-one basis outside of the hours of my full-time job, and I had office space, and it was really exciting. A tremendous learning curve. starting a private practice. Something that I didn't know would happen is that I would feel the need to fix everybody within 1 hour. And you also would start to feel like a therapist because food is highly emotional. So good things, bad things, challenging things, huge growing leaps happened when I had my private practice, and taught me so much just about being a professional person, but also people's emotional side. I was asked to take part in a residency program basically housed under another nutritionist who had so many clients she needed to start giving them to other people that she trained. And there was 4 of us in that program, and that's where I met my business partner, my co-founder. She lived in Minnesota at the time, and I lived in the Bay Area, still do. And we met on the phone, and we got to talking a lot over the months on the phone, and we realized that not only did we have the same approach and ethos to nutrition, we had the same sense of humor, and we had we behaved the same with our family and friends. And we thought, well, what if we both felt that there was this gap in the world of the one-to-one coaching model. It's so effective for some people, but there's a lot missing for other people, and other people need more ongoing contact. And you can't fix people in an hour all the time, and it becomes pretty hard to always get people to come back 5, 6, 8 times. Some people really need that, but other people don't, or they won't, and it's expensive. And so we created, I took a leap of faith. I flew out, I met her, and we videoed everything. We built a huge amount of content that week, and we launched our first interactive online program that January. We had a couple hundred people enroll, and it gave us a foundation to work from. We got some recognition from some bloggers. We had great word of mouth. We had a really strong return rate, and we just started building new programs. And that was almost 5 years. This upcoming January, that will have been 5 years since our first program. And along the way, we remain nutritionists, but we have very much become business women and learned a tremendous amount in terms of what it takes to keep a company going and strong. And it's easily been the best experience of my life. Choose a niche, choose something to focus on. If you try to be everything to everyone in the world of nutrition, not only will it be, we can't all be the Lauras and the Noris and they know every single fact in their head. Choose something that really inspires you, and it doesn't have to be while you're in school. It can be after, when you're looking to start your business, because people will seek you out, and there are always people who are interested in what you're interested in. So whether that's prenatal or digestion or kids or policy, choose something that really inspires you, because the whole entire world of nutrition and health and wellness is broad, and that can be difficult for people to just find you. And then the second thing I would say is, do not worry when you're in school about how will I remember all of this. You will always go back to your material. You will always be re-educating yourself. I still do that all the time. I reteach myself things all the time. And that goes even with the way you eat today. It will not be the way you eat in 6 months. It's a constant evolution. So just embrace it.